Hi there. Trying to get a little closer here. So yesterday I promised that I would do a live about anxiety and depression and how to relieve it. I just want to say, that if you haven't read my bio, I had terrible anxiety. I had it for years. And I actually felt literally crazy. I had so much anxiety. And the first thing that I started to do that shifted it with the, waking up in the middle of the night and worrying for hours and being awake until almost time for my alarm to go off, that happened for years. I used to have to take Benadryl to be able to sleep through the night. 2 Benadryl. I did that for a long time until I found this. I started praying. Instead of worrying, and I did a lot of it. I worried during, well, my mother did it too. And so I don't worry any longer. But it took some practice and diligence. And so I'm going to tell you that, anything worth having is worth doing the work to have. And so the things that I'm going to tell you, I'm not going to say that you do it once and you're done. We live in this instant gratification world where people expect, well, give me a pill and fix it. Well, a pill does not fix anxiety, nor does a pill fix depression. You have to get to the root of the issue, and that's what I do for my clients. But in this group, I am here to help you in any possible way I can. And so I'm going to give you a couple of tips about anxiety first and then depression second. So anxiety is a focus on the future as opposed to being present in the now. And the video I did yesterday was all about how to breathe into the present moment. So rather than focusing on the worry about how am I going to pay my bills, how am I going to have the rent for next month, or how am I going to pay my mortgage, or how am I going to pay for my kids' college, whatever the worry that is going on for you, instead know everything will be okay. It always is. So that's a knowing. I know things will be okay. And what does that do? It helps to calm. It helps to calm. Everything will be okay. The universe loves and supports me. Worry doesn't help. Worrying about something doesn't help. So one of the things I do is I help you shift your thoughts. I help you change your perspective, put your fears and worries behind you, and focus on what is it that you want. And when you focus on what you want and you're able to envision it, you can intend each day. Today, my day will be filled with peace, love, joy, and serenity. And then how do I go about doing that? In the background of your mind, instead of having worrisome thoughts or fear, so every time a thought comes up that's worrisome, I love me. I love me. Now, whether you believe that, your unconscious mind, if you do it when I suggest, there's optimum times to do it: when you're walking, when you're driving, when you're shaving, when you're showering, when you're doing mundane tasks that you, like that guy just there running by, when you're running. I love me. And here's another: I am safe. Breathe. I am protected. So you replace the worries with a statement that is positive. Now, what will that do? These things will continue to play in the unconscious mind, and they will reprogram the old patterns that you have. So there's something else that you can do. I have free audios out there. If you Google free energy clearings, Jennifer Elizabeth Masters, there are free audios out there. But I also have an anxiety depression package for just $37. it's a no-brainer. So with this $37 package, I think I've posted it in here somewhere, and I'll when I get home from the beach, I will post it again. What does it include? It includes a transmutation of worry. And that one, my daughter, who was incredibly anxious, unable to sleep for days, I plugged her into the audio, and she was out like cold, like really, really sleeping deeply. So it really transforms the worry. There's an energy in the background, behind and underneath my voice. You'll find it very soothing and calming. And then the second one is depression level 1. Depression level 1 clears depression. Depression level 2 clears depression and suicide ideation. And you can play these audios every single day. You know, when you start to feel worrisome, play the audio, transmuting worry. And then the other one is guilt and shame, which is one of the biggest sources of depression, sadness, and low self-esteem. And that is part of depression. I used to have terrible shame. And so, you know, I had lots of abuse in my childhood. I don't have shame about it anymore. I don't have shame about anything that I have done in the past. And so transmuting that shame and guilt will lift you to a much higher level, and then the depression level 1 and 2 play over and over and over again. You'll find tremendous peace. So I'm just going to leave you with this, and then I'm going to go play. Anxiety and depression do not have to be a part of your life forever. They can be eliminated. I did it myself. I did it without medication. I am not saying I replace a doctor's care. That is not what I'm saying. But I did not use either of those to overcome depression and anxiety. And so what I will say is, the more present you can be in this moment, breathing deeply, activating the vagus nerve, which starts here on the left side of the brain and goes all the way down through the heart, the lungs, and all the organs. Deep breathing is one of the most powerful things that you can do for yourself to eliminate both anxiety and depression. Taking a good probiotic, because the gut is where most people are not in balance. You know, with sugars and all kinds of other things, probiotics will help. Serotonin is produced in the gut. 90% of the serotonin that we use and need is produced in the gut. So if your gut, the microbiome is out, you'll have a tough time having enough serotonin in the body. So making sure your gut is healthy is important. There are a few things that you can take: vitamin B6, vitamin B12, and eat fish if you do eat meat. Omega-3s really help tremendously. My dog is kicking sand all over me. Omega-3s, lots of leafy green vegetables will help you too. So your diet has a big impact. I juice, so fresh veggie juice. I don't do a lot of fruit juice, but I do fresh veggie juice, spinach and carrots, and I do a lemon water every morning, which helps to flush the liver. And let's see what else. There's one other thing. For anxiety, you can take passion flower. It's a flower. It's very calming. There's some wonderful remedies out there, and I've written about a lot of them. So the depression piece comes from unresolved anger, and so I have a free energy clearing. If you Google it, free energy clearing with Jennifer Elizabeth Masters, and when you pull that up, you'll see the dance of anger. It does do an energy clearing for anger. I will send the link to you when I get home. I'm sending you lots of love. Hope this helped, and I'd love to hear your comments below. Thanks for watching. Much love.